Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are watching us from. It's another edition of Politics on the Streets. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share, comment for more political discourse. Yesterday, the wife of the president, Remi Tinubu, as Donald said, no man born of woman, no man born of human can bring down my husband government. Not peterobi, not the Igbos can bring down our government. This government has come to stay. That was the first statement by the wife of the president, which is no man born of woman can bring down my husband government. Not peterobi, nor the Igbos. This protest has been tagged Igbo protest. How can it be to be?
Surprisingly, it has come to that level where we will begin to see presidency issuing a statement that peterobi is behind the protest. It baffles me. It baffles a lot of people. And why such things should be tagged Obi. Well, it's left for Nigerians themselves to decide. And Nigeria, you should also take note of that. Why the world have taken note of that? Obi lost an election. There was no riot, there was no uprising, there was no chaos whatsoever. As a civil man, he encouraged obedient movement as it was, and he went to the court. He shows some level of civility, and he lost in the court. Even though we know that the judiciary and annex are well tailored, by people who are interested in the survival of Nigeria based on corruption, and that's what happened. Nigerians have struggled for the past 1 year, on trial and error policies of this government, and they felt that they cannot continue. Okay. And you can see the Eastern governors has already made that statement, and we have been saying it, that Igbos should not be getting themselves involved in anything that has to do with protest, because their stake in Nigeria is more than any other tribe in Nigeria.
It's more than any other tribe?
Yes, their stake in Nigeria.
Why?
Yes, their investment, their spread is more than any tribe in Nigeria. And the target of elements of these people will be their business places and business interests at the end of the day. The governor saw it, Ohaneze saw it, and they distanced themselves that Igbos should not get involved, because what is playing out might not look like it's an obiting. The target might actually be, the Ipob leader. Tinubu is a Muslim. Shetima is also a Muslim. You cannot rule out a certain agenda that is running already on the ground. So how can you single Obi? Obi is not the only presidential candidate in Nigeria.
She said
it's not only Obi that has come out to condemn the trial and error of this government. Sanusi was there, Atiku was there, Sultan of Sokoto has come out. So many of them, including Kwankwaso. Obi has not done anything. Now, a certain person is a spokesperson for the presidency came out and said Obi. What does that tell you?
A certain person.
Yes, I don't want to mention his name here is to give him credit. I'm telling you. And people are studying. And I think at an extent that Yoruba leaders should try and call Tinubu to shoulder to checkmate all these internet rats that call themselves these old men, that all these punks. We know that the target is not to be, let them continue to play out, but everybody is watching, how they're going to arrest Obi, how they're going to kill Obi, how they're going to shoot Obi, how Obi is going to face reasonable charges.
But sir, why has he been tagged the Igbo protests?
No, because Tinubu is a Muslim, Shetima is a Muslim. What do you expect? The Yorubas are Muslims. They have this relationship with the Northerners. It's as simple as that. And then, as you see all of them, the Islamic world, the Arab world, they share the same ideology. They see nnamdikanu as a threat to whatever they want to achieve, to whatever they want to advance. So the only thing is that is for you to understand that essence was Igbos died more the SARS in Nigeria and South Africa were killing the Igbos more. When the protest started, they said it is IPOB protest. They have moved from IPOB now, protest, to now is peterobi. A Southerner, a fellow Southerner. And you want such people, you know, that has experience. Look at somebody from the north. They didn't go to arrest Kwankwaso, Malang Gaduje, for making that kind of statement that the marginalization of Igbos is deliberate. Like for them not to marginalize Igbos, they need to move to the APC.
But why is Remi Tinubu saying that no man born of woman can bring down our husband government?
It's not a matter of statement, you know, coming from Remi Tinubu, the wife of the president, you know, trying to defend. Of course, what do you expect from him? You know, that's what you need to say, if at all he's been alleged to have said something like that. That's what he said. He's benefiting from it. You know, so it's not a matter of no one is going to, you know, it's a matter of what the people will decide. It is the people that is democracy and not the government. So when the democracy speaks, you know, they speak in a direction that will have something to add value to them. So I believe that Nigerians, you know, want democracy to work, and when democracy wants to work or is working, you know, of course, nobody can be able to stop that. Democracy has a process, and it can bring anything down. You know, that's anti-democracy to this existence. They can bring it down.
Okay, sir.
Point in time.
Sir, lastly, political, sir. If peterobi is being arrested, what do you think is the hope and the fate of the obedient movement, sir?
The obedient movement is in Yoruba land. Obedient movement is in Hausa land. Obedient movement is everywhere. You cannot single out a particular tribe and say they are obedient. No. Is it only Igbos that voted to Obi? Yorubas also voted. Northerners also voted. So I don't understand the meaning of that. You know, because an Igbo man is now being attached to the Labour Party. It becomes a threat. Atiku is there, PDP, nobody is mentioning it. People who shared the same views with Nigerians, who have come out to make similar statements, Nigerians are making today. Are you not reading something inside it? Are you not beginning to understand something inside it? But it's just a matter of understanding. But at this point in time, the consequences of continuous threatening of Igbos will backfire. Of course, it will backfire. It has started. Nigeria will reap murder. Nigeria, the name Nigeria will be murdered by Nigerians.
The name Nigeria will be murdered by Nigerians?
Yes. The name Nigeria will be murdered by Nigerians.
Thank you for that wonderful submission, Mr. Chedumike. Good afternoon, Mr. Pastor. We are with the CEO himself, Mr. Matthew. The allegations and the presidency has fingered peterobi as the brain behind this protest that is scheduled on the 1st of August, sir. How can you react to this now?
I must tell you that this is a misplaced of priority, because it's quite unfortunate that the government of Senator Tinubu is currently chasing shadow. Because a reasonable government that knows its onion ought to sit down and engage with the people. Because however I look at it, protest is a legitimate means of citizens expressing their displeasure in any government program and whatever, any government, if the government is being run generally. And let us quickly catch our man back. Tinubu, as an opposition leader, encourage protests. Protest is a legitimate way of people expressing their displeasure with what the government is doing. And let me say that nobody is calling for violent protests. Nobody is encouraging wanton destruction of lives and property. When we saw wanton destruction of lives and property during the EndSARS, we all condemn it. And when we started seeing wanton destruction of lives and property, particularly government properties in Kenya, we all condemn it. And linking the proposed protest to a peterobi, I think it's a case of giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it. Because we all know what Obi represents. Obi represents good governance. Obi represents civility. Obi represents modesty. Obi represents a gentleman. Obi have brought civility into Nigerian democracy, into Nigerian politics. Don't forget that after the 2023 presidential election, though Nigerians were dissatisfied with the way and manner and the umpire conducted the election, Obi, who was the candidate of Labour Party in that contest, the supporters were of the view that they wanted to engage the government on the streets by way of protest. But he discouraged them. He chose the path of honor. He went to court. He followed the court process to Supreme Court until the Supreme Court pronounced Tinubu the legitimate winner of the election, and Obi rests his case. Even if he was still dissatisfied with the process, but there is no other law or court of law to go to address his case, because Supreme Court is the higher court of the land. So, linking Obi to the planned protest for me is a misnomer, it's a passionary, it's misleading.
But sir, away from that, sir, once the presidency and the IG also target Ipob and then Igbo protest, now do you think that it is the only Igbos that are suffering from this current economic hardship in the country, sir?
I think what they are doing is deliberate. Because yes, I think what they want to achieve is this. They want a situation where, as they target Ipob, as they link Obi to it, they will count someone like Obi perhaps start speaking to maybe Obedient movement members who may be willing to join the protest, and that will deplete the rank of Nigerians who are willing to participate in the process. Don't forget that even if you are a member of Labour Party, you are a member of PDP, you are a member of NNPP, New Nigerian People's Party, you are a member of Obedient movement, as long as you are in Nigeria, you have that right to embark on peaceful protest. So I think what they want to do is a kind of divide and rule. That by the time they attack you, you pull back. They attack another one, you push back. They use their lobbying to lobby some other people. In fact, I think it's trying to break the rank of Nigerians to discourage them from protest. Because I know within their heart, in their heart of heart, they know that Obi is not responsible for galvanizing Nigerians to come out on the street. Nigerians across board are facing the rate of challenges. Is he insecurity? Is he food inflation? Hardship? You can go on and mention issues Nigerians are contending with. So for me, the government want to use this strategy to discourage protests. They know that Obi is not actually responsible.
But sir, now, what do you think that the government can do to put an end to this protest? Or do you think they should dialogue with the Gen Zs who are planning this protest?
What they need to do is simple. Nigerians are suffering. Solve the issue of insecurity. Fight insecurity. Go to the places like Benue, Delta, Southern Kaduna, Plateau, all the farming communities where Fulani have chased farmers away. Go back there, chase them away, return farmers to their farmland. Let us start cultivating for our local consumption and solve the problem of food insecurity. That is on one hand. Secondly, go back to the FS policy. For now, we are not right for that policy. Ensure that we start producing enough to start exporting to earn more foreign exchange. Because currently we are operating a mono economy. Then when we get to that stage, you can go back to unify FS and the official window. So if you address all these things, I think nobody will have the cause to say I'm going on this demonstration.
Thank you so much for your wonderful submission, Pastor.
Thank you for having me.